let's start off in Balasana. You can either use a bolster if you want a relaxed child's pose. You can have it between your knees and then just lay down along the side. You can relax your shoulders. If you want to ditch this, you can have a wide knee Balasana and then use a block 4 and just relax all the way down. And if you want to have a bigger stretch of your spine, you can have your knees together and block under your forehead to get a little space for the neck. You can relax your shoulders by placing your hands beside the feet. If you want to just stretch those arms out, you're welcome to. Just relax the armpits. And if you want a little deeper stretch, you can release the block, place the forehead on the mat, and allow the shoulders relax, palms next to the feet. Slowly breathing into the back body. You have a lot of options just to relax, settling in into your Balasana. So allowing your body to relax. So settling down here, breathing into your back, inhaling all the way down toward your tailbone. Exhaling slowly, releasing everything that does not serve you. And then increasing the length of the breath. So if you're counting your seconds of your breath, making mental note, is it 2 to 3 seconds long? And you increase it 3 to 4. If 3 to 4 can go 5 to 6 or 6 to 7, just lengthening every time you're inhaling. And then hold it for a microsecond at the very, very top. Exhaling just as slowly, like molasses, all the way down to the very bottom of your breath. At the very, very bottom, hold for a little microsecond. Allow your shoulders to drop. You can move your forehead a little further away, just an inch. Just give your neck a little bit more space. So this is like your little turtle pose. You're in your little shell. Just like a turtle or tortoise, a land turtle, you can lengthen the breath, slow down the heart rate. In that sense, it slows down the breath when in the same connection. A turtle or a tortoise can live up to 200 years. This might actually increase your longevity by slowing that heart rate. Allowing that parasympathetic of the rest and digest to happen. Your feet cramp up, you can tuck the toes. If your hips hurt, you can come in and out of this pose anytime, but this is your resting pose. You might feel the back of your glutes stretch. That's where the insertion of your hamstrings are. You might feel your entire back stretch, just 1 inch at a time. Allowing the breath to breathe all the way down toward your tailbone. From here, extending those arms out in front, stretching. If they aren't stretched, just breathing in along the spine, inhaling to lengthen through the crown. Exhale, walking the hands all the way to your far left, grabbing that left hand with the right. Breathing into your right lung. You can lay your belly on that left lap. Getting that full stretch in, like waking up from the little broken eggshell. Inhaling all the way back in front, cracking open that eggshell. Breathing here. Like those little chicks during spring. Exhale all the way, walking the hands all the way to your far right. Lay the belly on that lap. Breathe into your left lung. Inhaling back toward the center. Inhaling, pressing up into a Virasana. So hero's pose. So you're sitting on your heels. Inhale that right arm in front, left arm over, intertwining or twisting. Try to clasp those hands. If not, you can dangle that left hand. Just breathe into your shoulders. Inhaling the elbows up, parallel toward the roof, breathing into any tightness of your shoulders. Exhale, dropping those elbows, and then dropping the forehead toward the thumbs, resting your forehead on the thumbs. Rock your ears left and right. Close your eyes. Allowing the breath to invade the little neck muscles. And then unwinding, exhaling, coming off your heels. We're going to tuck your toes and sit back on the heels. If you want, you can sit on a block in between. If it's too much, or gently kind of sit, kind of opening up those arches. And then taking your right arm in front. Well, actually, your left arm in front, right arm over. You can dangle that right arm, or you can interlace, intertwine. Inhale the elbows up. Close those eyes, breathe into the shoulder space. Exhale, dropping the elbows. Drop your forehead toward the thumbs. Again, rock your ears left and right. Just allowing the stretch of your neck. And then unwinding, unleashing, coming down onto your elbows. So coming into all fours, exhale, dropping on your forearms. And then allow your heart to drop. Allowing your forehead on the ground. Breathing in your back, and then pull your sit bones back. So you're coming into puppy pose. Or they call it puppy, happy puppy, playful puppy, or anahatasana, heart pose. Anahata is heart. Pulling the sit bones back, allow your heart to melt. Or you can rest on your chin as well. Breathe into those armpits. If you want a little extra armpit stretch, you can take your hands together, namaste. Pull it behind the skull and pull back your sit bones. Allow the heart to melt. Good job. You're dropping the palms back down. Left hand in the center. Inhale that right arm up to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, weave it underneath your left armpit, resting on your right shoulder, right temple. Slowing down your breath. Just breathe here. You can take that top hand that's over your head and then wrap it behind your back. So twisting your heart up to the sky. If you want to have a little extra challenge, you can stick your left leg out to the side, squishing and sealing the heel down so that your footing is nice. It's almost like gate pose with the legs. So you're just balancing here. So facing you guys, I'll be in this direction. So breathing and twisting your heart up. Now rewinding everything. The left hand back up in front, pulling the leg in. Inhale that right arm up to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, drop that right hand back down to the center. Now switching arms. Inhale that left arm up, twisting. Breathe here. Exhale, weave it underneath your right arm. Rest on your left shoulder. Again, take that top hand. You can wrap it, half bind it behind your back. Twist the heart up to the sky. If you want to balance and challenge, though, you can stick that right leg out to the side. It helps open up those hips just slightly. Breathing slow and gently. And then taking that top hand, rewinding the legs. Inhale that left arm up to the sky, breathing. Exhale, dropping the hand back down. Here, we're going to drop onto your forearms again. We're going to spread those fingers. We're going to drop onto your belly button, coming into sphinx. Untuck the toes. Here, lift through the crown, shake the tailbone. Coming into that sphinx. So, we're going to tuck your toes. If you want a core, we're going to get a little warm-up engagement. Spread those fingers. Inhaling, lift the hips up. Now untuck and tuck the tailbone. So we're going to untuck and tuck. So engaging the core. And then now, exhale, drop your left hip, twisting your hips. Good job. So you might be stacking your feet. Inhaling back toward the center. Untuck and tuck the tailbone. Good job. Now exhale, drop it and twist your right hip down. Nice and slow. The slower you go, the more control, the more core you're using. Inhaling back up. Now untuck and tuck the tailbone. Exhale, dropping back onto your belly button. Untuck those toes. Now shake the tailbone. Release the glutes. One of my teachers would say, release the sphincter muscle. Inhale the chin up to the sky. Exhale, dropping the chin to the chest. Rocking your ears left and right. Allow your head to just roll around imagine like a little bowling ball down the aisle. All the 15 pounds of weight on your head, on your neck. Just releasing, inhaling back to neutral spine. Left arm across the top of the mat. Inhale that right arm up. Breathe in here. Exhale, weave it underneath your left armpit, walking your left hand all the way to the right and resting your chin or cheek. Maybe the crook of your arm, maybe your left top bicep. Close those eyes. Surrender. Allow the back of your shoulder blades to spread. Let it grow those wings behind your back. You're like allowing the brain point to grow. Now it's the point behind your heart. The Qigong thing. So you just allow that to spread. As the Dalai Lama says, you always got to cultivate both the heart and the mind. Just do one, it's not too beneficial for humankind. If you grow both, you can do so much. So taking that breath all the way down toward the tailbone. With that breath, think of an intention for your practice. So breathing in the intention all the way down to your tailbone. So whether it be practicing kindness, cleansing, cleaning out the mind, cleaning out the closet, your room, your house, your car, the office, just cleaning that. That could be your intention for today, but you're also cleaning out your mind. Or it could be truth, Ashtea. Here, wrap those arms around. Give yourself a generous hug. Give yourself a pat on the back for getting out of bed this morning. Getting on that mat. And then unwinding. Releasing onto your left cheek, left hand beside that left hip, facing your right hand. Feeling the texture of the mat. Feeling the coolness of the air, the dry or the heat. You have a very fuzzy carpet, you might feel that too. The coolness of the floor here, inhaling that right knee toward that right elbow, opening up that right hip, coming into that crocodile pose or Captain Morgan pose. Close those eyes. Allow that breath to go all the way down your spine. Now imagine your heart breaking through that eggshell, just like a little chick. Allow it to blossom. Imagine a big flower busting through. Imagine the flower growing roots and tendrils and going past, breaking through that rubber mat, past the ground and breaking through the wooden floors or concrete into the dirt. And growing those big, big roots, tendrils all the way toward the center of earth. So going straight to the center and imagine it absorbing Mother Earth's energy, that magma, that liquid gold into your body. So feeling that energy into your skin. Here, rewinding everything back into your heart, extending that left arm out to the side, palm facing down. So like a bird's wing, palm facing behind me right here, placing the palm down, right hand in front like a push-up hand. We're going to exhale, roll to your left side body. You can grab a block nearby to pillow your head. An option. Your right leg your right knee is bent like a kickstand, or you can pull it behind the extended left leg to open up the hip. You can take that right hand and wrap it behind your back. So you do a little half bind and squeeze the shoulders. Breathe into your shoulders. Open up the heart. Squeezing the shoulder blades. Breathing here. Slow your breath down. And then slowly, slowly. Exhale, dropping back onto your belly button, removing the block if you have one. Resting here on your chin or cheek. You can shake your tailbone, relax here. You can bend those knees and windshield wiper your heels, give your little thighs a massage. All these pressure points, they call it marma points in Ayurveda, Indian medicine. In TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, they call them, I know this and I can't think of it, not just qi, there are acupressure points. So yes, all these meridians along our body help channel all the energy. And Ayurveda has similar, the Vayus, they have the Prana Vayu and Apana Vayu, Udana Vayu, Vyana Vayu, and there's one more I can't think of, Sadhana Vayu. And then here you can drop your heels back down. Inhaling back your elbows underneath, coming into that Sphinx. Spread those palms, spread those fingers, shake the tailbone, lift through the crown. This is great for that sciatica. And the reason why is because your nerve, your sciatic nerve, goes all the way through your femoral hole, kind of reaches down to the legs. And it actually expands out to the back, your tailbone. So it's all connected, all those nerves. You're kind of releasing that pressure between the inguinal area, and you're compressing that lower back. So it's like a jelly donut. If you have any, what do you call it? Herniated disc, this is kind of doing the opposite, especially if it's herniated from like lifting and pulling forward. We're inhaling the chin up to the sky, breathing here. Exhale, dropping your chin to your chest, rock your ears left and right like a bowling ball. Allow it to dangle. Releasing the neck muscles, inhaling back to neutral spine. Right arm across, inhale that left arm up. Breathe here, exhale, weave underneath your right armpit, walking that right hand to the left, and then resting your chin or cheek, maybe on your tricep, your top of your biceps. Allow your eyes to close. Allow your heart to sink. Breathe all the way down to your tailbone here. You can even shake your tail still. Relax the shoulders, surrendering into the universe of your arms. Here you can wrap your arms around and just give yourself a very generous hug. These little tight hugs or a little self-care goes a long way. Then unwinding. And then relaxing on your right cheek, facing your left hand, right hand beside your right head, just closing your eyes, feeling again the texture of the mat you're on, observing the air around you. Is it cool? Is it dry? Is it cold? Is it warm? And then here, inhaling that left knee toward that left elbow, Captain Morgan it. Slow down the breath, feeling grounded. Feeling that subtle body energy, lifting your body up with every breath. And then here, extending your right hand out like a bird's wing, palm facing down. We're gonna left hand, push up hand. We're gonna exhale, roll over to your right side body. Now again, if you need a block to pull your head, you can use that. But you're gonna kickstand your left leg in front or behind the extended right leg. And you can take that left hand and do a half bind and crunch your shoulders together. Open up the heart, breathe into your right shoulder. Give yourself a nice, loving breath. Closing those eyes, internally gaze at your body. Make mental notes how your body feels. Any sensations, any tingling, any holding patterns, any tightness. Breathing here, exhaling, rolling back down onto your belly button. Resting again on your palms and reverse Shavasana. Feeling that reverberation of all your poses. Just relax here. Grounded. Then blink your eyes open, resting on your chin. Palms underneath the armpits, thumbs near the nipples. You're going to squeeze your elbows toward the rib line, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. We're going to inhale, slightly lift through the crown into a little baby cobra. So you're using your belly button. You can even lift the palms up and engage the belly button. Good job. So this is your Bhujangasana, your baby cobra. You can press the palms gently, lift the crown a little bit more, pull your shoulders away from the ears. A little medium cobra. Exhale back down, dropping onto your chin. Now take your palms out wide. You're going to tense your fingers. Your palms are like almost about a foot away from your shoulders. I'm going to do a little snake dance, I guess. They call it Bhujangasana dancing, to twist the spine and lift the torso. We're going to rest on your chin. We're going to inhale up, lift. Exhale, dropping, twisting, dropping your left shoulder, facing your right hand. Inhaling back up. Exhale, dropping your right shoulder, twisting. Look at your left hand. Inhaling back up. Exhale, left shoulder. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, right shoulder, nice and gently. And then inhale one more time. And then exhale back down the center. Relax again here and reverse Shavasana. So that is using your core, your belly button, your entire torso, and your shoulders. So not only are you strengthening, but you're actually stretching all those muscles along the spine. Giving breath to the body parts that, like the anterior serratus. You know, a lot of muscles in your lungs. You're resting again on your chin, palm back underneath, thumbs near the nipples. We're going to squeeze the toes, zipper them together. We're going to inhale back up into a little baby Bhujangasana. Press gently into the palms, just slightly. Pull the ears away, the shoulders away from the ears. And now we're going to zipper up the feet and lift the heels up. And we're coming into locust pose, Shalabhasana A. Breathing here, exhale, hands out in front. So like Superman, you can unzipper the feet, you can lift the heels up higher. So it's almost like Superman. Breathing here, exhale, hands back. So Shalabhasana B to C, so you're in C pose. Here you can bend those knees if you want to grab the back of your feet or your ankles, squeeze the knees together. Here you can rock left and right or up and down the pelvis and upper bow. And of course, you can always rewind if it's too much. Coming back into that locust pose, and then exhale, releasing everything down. Feel the heart thump. Look at those eyes. Resting on your belly button. That core did a lot of work. Closing those eyes, breathing into your back. Feel the heart thump. You're facing the opposite way, swapping cheeks. Again, filling up the lungs up in the posterior of your back. Almost 5 lobes. You don't get much posterior extension of the breath. And then again, resting on your chin, palms back underneath. We're going to tuck your toes. And inhale up into all fours and then lift the knees up. Now spread those fingers. So we're coming into plank. Engage the core. Untuck the tailbone and tuck. So now we're going to press your hips back. Come into downward dog. Take the full length of the mat. Spread those fingers. Palms as wide as the shoulders. Feet maybe wider than the hips. You can get as wide as the mat here, pedaling away your downward dog. You can bend both the knees. Point the sit bones up, shake your head, nod, relax, and release the shoulders. Exhale, drop those heels down. Get the full stretch of the calves. Or you can sway left and right, get the side stretch. And then here, placing the left foot in the center. I'm gonna balance here on your left foot. Inhale that right leg up to the sky. So three-legged dog. Try to square your hips downward, pointing the toes down. We're gonna inhale, lift the heel up higher. Good job. Now you can stack the hips. You can bend that right knee. Take big circles one direction. Inhaling one way. And then exhale, circling the opposite. And then exhale that knee to nose, engaging the core. Almost as if you're coming into that plank. Placing the feet between the hands. So if it's like just to your belly button, kind of walk your foot up between the hands, coming into that runner's lunge. So we're gonna seesaw up and down, back and forth, just to open up the hips. Now you can drop your back knee down, untuck the back toes. You're coming into this high lizard pose. You can even place your hands on top of that knee. Allow your hips to drop. Now inhale the hands up to the sky. Breathing here, balancing here. Now taking that left wrist, pull it over to the right side. Doing that side stretch. So balance and stretch. Inhaling back toward the center, hands to the heart. Now we're gonna turn and twist to the right and try to hook that elbow past that knee. Turn and twist. And then now open up those arms. Woo! Now open up the shoulders. Now unwind, coming back to the center, dropping the hands down. Tuck the back toes. Inhale, lift that knee up. Now we're gonna balance here. Now inhale that right arm twisting. So this is that side lunge twist. And then dropping back down. Now, we're gonna seal that back foot down. We're gonna inhale that left arm up. So this is almost your side angle pose. You're balancing here. Now take that top hand over the ears. And then you can even rest your right elbow onto that right knee if you want. With that side angle pose. And then inhale, windmilling the hands back up. Now you're in warrior two. So it's a lot of movement. If you need blocks, you're welcome to. Make sure your front knee, your right knee is right over the ankle. Your back foot is sealed down. If your hands on the hips are not parallel with the side of the mat, you can move your back foot a little wider. Make sure your pelvis isn't spilling like a T off to the side or into the center. Just center that like a teacup. Making sure that knee is right over the ankle, pointed toward the pinky toe. If it's too pulled into the left, it might wear down that knee. So make sure you're aligning that knee right over the ankle, and then arms out in front. Looking back and forth, you can flip your palms up. Relax the shoulders, keep looking back and forth. Sometimes I see students and their hands are out to the sides. They're just not aware. So being self-observant, looking back and forth, and then flip them back down. Good job. Now squat a little lower. Breathing here. Now inhale, flip that front palm up to the sky. Left hand behind, breathe into your front body, reverse warrior. Good job. Inhaling back out in front. Ooh, now straighten out that front knee. Now we're gonna lean and reach forward. Exhale, drop the hand down onto the ankle. Or if you want, grab a block in front or behind that bottom foot. Stacking the hands and shoulders. Now imagine being in Bubblegum Alley. Make sure you don't want to touch the fuzzy walls. You don't want to poke your butt out or put your head too close. They're between two glass panes. And then here you can look at your drishti, either the bottom toe or the middle of the room. You got a doorknob or something. Or you can look up toward your top thumb. But making sure your torso has equal capacity to breathe. Now, bending that knee, Laying your elbow on that knee. You're gonna inhale back up to warrior two. Woo. Yeah, it's a lot of sweating here. Now we're gonna spin forward, lift that back heel up. You can squat a little lower, hands on your hips, making sure your knees right over the ankle. So this is a lot of balancing here. You're balancing on your 2 points. We're gonna inhale, lift the hands up into that crescent. Again, grabbing your left wrist, we're gonna pull it over to the right. Breathing here. And if you fall out, you can always fall back in, but you're getting that nice stretch. Inhaling back toward the center, and then jumping back up into Tadasana. I'm gonna stand over here so you can see. Woo! Now I have to rewind and do that on the other side. And the thing is, I gotta remember what it was, that sequence. So closing those eyes, roll the shoulders back, lift those toes up, plant them firmly into the mat, tuck the tailbone. Engage the core, take that deep breath all the way down. All the way down, imagine that breath going all the way down to your feet. You're breathing into your feet. And then with that, it gives your head a little lighter. Now take your thumb, put it on your third brow. And then take your middle finger and place it on the top of your crown. And then pinch the two until you're at the very top of the crown. And imagine there's a string pulling your crown a little longer all the way up to the ceiling as if you're a puppet. And with this, make sure your spine a little longer. Make you a little bit taller, just feeling that growth. And then blink your eyes open. Good job. Now we're gonna lean forward and then lean back. And then come toward the center. You're gonna lean toward your right. You can close your eyes just to feel the weight of your body change. Lean toward your left and then back toward your center. Good job. Now inhale the arms up to the sky or reach. Exhale, forward fold. All the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Engage the core. Hands either on your shins or your knees. Having that flat back, pull the ears away from the shoulders, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, forward fold. Fold, forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhaling back up, hands to the sky. Breathe here. Here you can lift those heels up. Lift and reach for the sky. You can dance on your toes if you want. Getting the full stretch of those calves. Exhale, drop your heels, forward fold. Good job. Inhale, halfway up. So these are half sun salutations. Exhale, forward fold. Hands back down. Now lifting your right heel back. Balancing, actually, this is your half splits. I'm gonna drop down your foot down into that runner's lunge. Here you can seesaw back and forth. And I just remembered from downward dog, we're supposed to do a three-legged dog. But we'll get there eventually. The seesaw back and forth. You can drop your back knee down. You can untuck the back toes. And then here you can place your palms either on your shin, or you can balance here, hands up to the sky, breathing here into this crescent pose, they call it. Good job. The hands to the heart. Now we're gonna twist and look over to your left and try to hook your elbow past that knee if possible. Otherwise you can open up the hands, balancing here. You can even do a half line. Just turn the heart up to the sky. And then unwinding, hands back down. Good job. Now dropping the hands onto the mat. We're gonna inhale, lift your left hand up. You can also optionally tuck the back toes, lift that back knee up, and inhale, twist. So whichever gives you the most stability. You're twisted, try to remember this pose, twisted lunge. Hands back down, sealing that back foot, sealing the back heel down. We're gonna inhale that right arm up to the sky, side angle pose. Exhale, top hand over the ears. So you're shooting that energy from the bottom of your feet through your palms. And if you need a block nearby, you can place the block in front of your foot or behind, whichever is most convenient. You can also place your elbow on that knee to give that same side angle pose. Good job. From here, we're gonna inhale, windmill back up into warrior two. So hands on the hips. Make sure it's parallel with the side of the mat. That front knee is gonna be right over the ankle, not beyond. It'll be too stressful. Your back foot, if your hips are spilling left and right, kind of adjust it. If it's not parallel, you can move that back heel a little further. Squat a little lower. Make sure your knees pointed toward your pinky toe or your second or third toe. Now extend those arms out. Look back and forth. Now flip the palms up. Looking back and forth, relax the shoulders. Exhale, flip them back down. Good job. Woo. Now flip your front palm up, inhaling it to the sky, lifting, dropping the back hand to the back knee. Breathe into your front lungs. Good job. Now wrapping it behind your back, get a reverse warrior wrap. Breathe again in your front lungs. Now inhaling the arms back out. Good job. Now straighten out that front knee. We're gonna lean and reach forward, dropping that hand back down onto the ankle or onto the block behind or in front of that foot. Stacking the shoulders, your dristi. Your focus point might be your bottom toe in the middle of the room, like a doorknob, or the top thumb. So giving equal space for your torso. So breathe here. Listen for that ujjayi breath, that breath behind that throat. Sounds like the ocean. Good job. Now, bend that knee. We're gonna inhale back up to warrior two. Now we're gonna spin that back heel up and then twist forward, looking forward. Coming into that high crescent, you're gonna lift those arms up. Balance here, kind of scissor those legs into each other. Grabbing your right wrist. We're gonna pull it over to your left side. All these balancing standing poses. Now inhaling back toward the center. Whew. There's another thing. Hands to the heart. We're gonna twist again to your left. Woohoo! And if you lose your balance, you can kind of fall back in. You're gonna try to hook your elbow past that knee, twisting up, and then open up the arms. So there's a little extra. Coming back toward the center. And then you can even jump back up into Tadasana. Ooh, I'm getting warm. It is, I don't know if it's just a warm day or the room's getting warmer. So these standing poses can do a lot to warm up our bodies. We're gonna kind of cool back down. Hands to the heart, tuck the tailbone, roll the shoulders back, lift those toes up, plant them firmly into the mat. Close those eyes. Again, feeling that length through the crown, that balance between the toes. Again, lean forward, and then lean back. And then come toward your center, lean toward your right, and then lean toward your left, and then back toward your center. Blink your eyes open. Now we're gonna lean over to your right foot. Inhale, left knee up in space. You can rock and roll, wiggle those toes. And then exhale, drop that left foot in front of the right as if you were on a tight wire. Arms out, relaxing the hands out to the sides. Pointing through your middle fingers, have little micro bends in both your knees. You're gonna lean forward and then lean back. And then come toward your center point. Focus on a point in front of you, a dristi about 5 to 8 feet in front, whichever, that doesn't move. Or you can focus on your tip of the nose or your belly button. You're gonna close your left eye. And then blink that open. Good job. Here you can, again, move forward and back, kind of bounce it around. And then extend through those middle fingers. Focus on a point in front of you. Now, again, focus on the tip of the nose or belly button. Close your right eye. And then blink your eyes open. Good job. Again, you can wiggle around. You can lean forward and back. Come to your center. Extend through those middle fingers. So aligning your ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Have those little squat, bendy knees. You can focus now on the tip of the nose or belly button. Now close both your eyes. If you fall out, you can fall back in. Now blink your eyes open. Good job. Hands to the heart. Inhaling the left knee up in space. Here you can grab that left knee, rock and roll the ankle, wiggle those toes. Then exhale, pull out to the side. Shifting your hips over to the right. Now grabbing your left ankle, placing it above your knee, either into your inner calf or your lower calf, never on that knee. So I'm gonna face you guys. So this is your little tree pose. You can even kickstand it on your ankle if you want, as long as you're opening up that hip. So you're gonna press through your feet. Keep balancing there. If you fall out, you can fall back in. Now inhale the hands over your head like an Egyptian. Good job. Now, blast those hands open, just like a volcano. Now wave the palms around. Sometimes you have a better balance. You're balancing on that one ankle. And then releasing everything. Shake it out. And dance it around. Get those wiggles out. Okay, now coming back into that Samasthihi, that equal standing pose, pretty much Tadasana. But tuck the tailbone, engage the core, roll the shoulders back. So this is equal standing pose, Samasthihi in Ashtanga practice. So it's a certain style within yoga. But Tadasana is universal. Hatha, even yin, it's that Sanskrit mountain pose. But Ashtanga is that Samasthihi, it's a certain kind of style. So engaging the core, tucking the tailbone, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. We're gonna lean forward and you're gonna lean back and come toward your center, finding that center of balance. And you'll lean toward your left and lean toward your right. You're actually giving yourself a foot massage. You're getting the rolls on both sides. Now we're gonna lean over to your left foot. Inhale that right knee up in space. Rock and roll, wiggle those toes. Now exhale, drop that right foot in front of that left. Arms out to the sides, hands out to the sides, relaxing your shoulders here, having micro bends in the knee. So as if you're standing on a tightrope again, just balancing here, squatting both your knees. Now lean forward and then lean back. Come toward your middle point, your center. Focus on a point in front of you that's not moving, a drishti. Or you can focus your drishti on your tip of the nose or your belly button. Now close your left eye. Focusing, breathing. Now blink your eye open, good job. All right, now you can bounce around and lean forward and back and extend through those middle fingers. Find that center point again. Again, focus on that drishti or that tip of the nose or belly button. Slowly close your right eye. And then blink your eyes open. Good job. If you fall out of any pose, you can always jump right back in. Good job. Now lean forward, get the wiggles out, lean back, come to your center, extend through those middle fingers, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Now focus now on your tip of the nose or your belly button. And slowly close both your eyes. And then blink your eyes open. Good job. Hands to the heart. Inhale that right knee up in space. Grab that right knee, rock and roll, wiggle those toes. Exhale, pull that knee out to the right side. You can have your left hand on the hip if you want or extend it out. But you're balancing here. Now grabbing that right ankle, place it above your knee into the inner thigh. Or here, let me turn around. Or onto the bottom calf or kickstand it. Hands to the heart, so whichever position you want. This helps open up the hips. As we were doing the hip opening in crocodile pose, or Captain Morgan pose, I call it. But this helps open the hips, and then you're also using your ankle. If you fall out, you can fall back in. Good job. Now, hands over your head like an Egyptian. Good job. You can even wiggle around like an Egyptian. Now blast those hands apart in volcano pose. Now wiggle the palms around. Sometimes you have a little bit of balance this way. Good job. And then release everything. Kind of shake it all out. Woo. All right, coming back to the top of the mat. Inhaling, arms up to the sky, breathing here. Exhale, forward fold. Ooh, let the head dangle. Actually, make your feet nice and wide. And then you can wrap the hands behind the back and then bend the knees, lay the belly in the lap. Give yourself a little balance. And then pull the wrists forward. Shake your head and nod. Here, if you're already clicking your neck, you're kind of aligning your spine, allowing the neck to fall back in place, using anti-gravity boots here. Imagine your spine getting longer, and then dropping the hands under, lacing the hands. Inhale halfway up, get a little bit more blood rushing from your brain, out from the brain. Exhale, forward fold. Woo. Now, inhale that left foot up into that standing split. I'm going to drop the back down. You're going to drop that knee down and pull your right foot back into all fours. So you're in table. Spreading those fingers, untuck those toes, engage the core. So, pulling the ears away from the shoulders, coming into that table. Focus on a point in front of you that's not moving. So this is your tabletop. You're actually using the spinal muscles. Imagine having brunch on your back with all your neighbors. Now that everyone's, there's no plague anymore, technically, with everyone vaccinated, right? So closing those eyes, extend through the crown. So imagine all your neighbors bringing over a big dish of food, salads, whatever meal that you can imagine, pancakes, healthy stuff, lots of water. Everyone has water and orange juice and whatnot. You're balancing it. So you're using the spinal muscles. Now you're feeling that weight, but you're getting stronger. Now balancing here, focusing on a point. Inhale that left arm out in front, stretching, extending. Inhaling that right leg back, balancing in your spinal balance. Good job. Exhale, dropping them both down. Focus on a point, coming back into table. Inhale that right arm out in front, reaching. Inhale that left leg out, balancing. Good job. Exhale, dropping them both down. Now pulling back into Balasana, child's pose. Resting there. Because what we did was a lot. A lot of standing poses go so fast. And if I did it too quick, I only imagine it's because not many people want to be in a hard position too long. But you hold it too long, then it becomes much more difficult. It's always a challenge to find that balance. Just resting there. Stretching out in the entire back body. Breathe into the back. Then here, spreading those palms, inhaling back up into all fours. You're going to tuck the toes. You're going to inhale, lift the hips up, pulling back into downward dog. Then you can shake your head and nod. You can pedal away your heels. Spread those fingers. It's all about foundation. Here, now we're going to balance here. So your right foot in the center. Inhale that left heel up. Stacking the hips, I guess, making sure it's square to the ground. Your top toes pointed down. We're going to inhale, lift the heel up higher. So balance again on your 3 limbs. Now stacking the hips, bend that left knee. Take big circles, one direction. Exhale, circle the opposite way. Good job. Now exhale, swinging that knee to your nose. You're gonna place it between the feet, the fingers, sorry, the hands. You can seesawing back and forth. Now open up those hips. It's always nice to open up the hips. We're gonna walk the hands on the inside and then drop that back knee down, untuck the back toes, and coming back into that high lizard. Exhale, dropping onto your elbows if you want, or a block onto your forearms. Coming into a low lizard. Roll the sole of your left foot. It's good to get that stretch in your legs. If you want a little extra stretch, you can look over your left shoulder. You can take your left hand and grab that back foot and pull it toward the glute and drop your hips. So it's not so much on your knee, all the hips drop. Rolling the sole of your feet. And you can always use a strap. You can grab the back leg, but it's up to you. Trying's half the battle. You can rewind to wherever you want. Good job. Hands back under. Drawing that left foot back into all four. The table. Now you're going to swing your right foot in front. Again, dropping your hips. Now inhale through the crown, that high lizard. Exhale, dropping your elbows down onto the block or onto the ground or double fist it. And rest your forehead on the double fist. Roll the sole of your right foot. Breathe into your back. And then look over your right shoulder if you want to. Go a little bit more and grabbing that back foot with your right leg, right hand. Pulling that heel toward the glute, dropping the hips. So if you have a little tightness in your legs, you'll definitely feel it. And then releasing everything. Inhaling back up. Coming to all fours. Crossing your ankles, coming into a seated position. Extending those legs out in front. Pulling the flesh out from the back. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Pressing the palms up. Flexing the palms as if you're pressing a tray of water. This is your like downward dog. So you're engaging your legs, you're engaging through the crown. You're pulling the elbows past those ears. Breathing here nice and long. Exhale, forward fold, dropping your hands either on your ankles. You can grab your toes. You can use a strap. You can even bend those knees to inhale through the crown. Exhale, forward fold. Go a little deeper. In case those hamstrings aren't warmed up, you can bend those knees. Breathe into your back. And slowly, slowly inhaling up. If you want to cross your ankles, I'm going to a little bit more neck stretching. Picking that right hand, grabbing your left temple. Rest your left hand on that left knee. Close those eyes. Being attentive to any tightness you might still feel. And then here you can wrap that hand down or behind your back. Again, close those eyes. Breathe into the neck. And then unwinding, uncrossing the other foot in front. It's always good to sit and get your sit bones in a different position. Get your body properly balanced on either side. You're taking the left hand, grabbing your right temple, and rest your right hand either on the knee or down on the ground, and then pull your head gently over to your left side. You're gonna feel that stretch. Hopefully. Be gentle, and then here you can wrap that bottom hand behind the back. And close those eyes. Make patient observation of each tight, sinewy part of the neck. It's a little bit more stretch, a little bit more loving, and then unwinding. Hands on the knees, inhaling forward, giving a little yogic crunching, yogic cycles. We call it yogic churning. So breathing forward and then exhaling back. Open up the hips here and then coming back to neutral spine, hands behind the back. I'm going to drop the head back into the trapezius. Inhale, lift the hips up, breathe in your front body. Good job. Exhale, dropping your tailbone down. Now we're going to roll onto your back. So engaging the core and grab the back of your hamstring. We're going to exhale slowly, slowly down. Coming down onto your back. Pulling the feet underneath your glutes. You can grab a block nearby and place it beside your hips. Just so you can have a supported bridge pose. And place the palms beside the hips, keeping the chin to the chest. And inhale, lift the hips high. So you're tucking the tailbone, you're engaging the core, you'll lift it higher. You can take your hands, interlace the fingers, opposite interlace because you're used to interlacing one direction. We're gonna walk the shoulders under, lift the hips higher. Imagine squeezing a block between your thighs. Now you can grab that block, place it underneath your sacrum. So in the highest, medium, or lowest setting, just to relax your body on. Here you can extend those legs out to the corners of your mat. And then breathe into your front body. You can release, interlace your fingers. Just relax, breathe into the entire front body. Slow your breath down. Give that permission of your body to surrender. And then here, walking the feet back under. Making sure you're planting the toes. We're going to inhale, lift the hips high, keeping the chin to the chest, and then pulling the block away. Exhale, one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow, all the way back down to earth. Good job. Here you can keep your feet flexed and windshield wiper your knees left and right, nice and slow. Open up the inguinal area, the psoas as well. And then inhaling back to the center, taking that right ankle over the left thigh, keeping your feet flexed. You can press your right hand on that right knee to open up the hip. If you want a little bit more, again, you can interlace, inhaling, interlace the hands through and grabbing the left hamstring, the back of your left hamstring, or in the front of your left thigh, or shin, sorry, or you can go over your hands, your right arm over the right shin, and interlace your fingers on the left shin. Keeping your feet flexed, you can rock left and right. And pull the knees a little closer toward your heart. If you want, you can also go a little bit more and go fork lift the top leg and extend the bottom and baby your leg. And just rock left and right. Open up those hips more. Open up those glutes. Rewinding everything, dropping the bottom heel, keeping the feet flexed. Keeping that right ankle over the left thigh. We're going to exhale, drop the knees over to the left side. So you're kind of allowing your left iliopsoas to open up. You can have your arms out like cactus arms. Breathing here. You can move your top leg or bottom heel around just so you can feel that stretch open up in your left hip. If you're driving around, sitting all day, reading at your desk or computer, this muscle, iliopsoas, or the psoas, the psoas muscle, PSOAS, that's how you spell it. It is very, very tight. We're giving it breath, allowing that fuzz to fall off. And inhaling back toward the center. Now twisting and wrapping your legs like a lady, just a little bit more. You're going to scoot your hips slightly over to the right. And then exhale, drop your legs over, knees over to the left, twisting at the belly. You might or might not round that right shoulder, that's totally fine. But you might also need blocks to help support your knees if you want. But these belly twists are good for that digestion, they say. A lot of people are like, oh, it's good for detoxing, but no, that's not how detoxing works. They also counters say it just helps with the digestion. And then inhaling back toward the center, unwinding those legs, straighten up the spine. Now take your left ankle over the right thigh, keeping the feet flexed. You can drop your hand onto that left knee, kind of press it down to open up that left hip. If you want, you can inhale, grab the back of your right hammy or the right shin and release the fingers. You can rock left and right. Keep the feet flexed to protect the knees. You can even interlace to take that top hand over that right shin and release the fingers again. Pull the knees closer toward your heart. Keep rocking and rolling. And if you want a little bit more, you can forklift that top leg and extend that bottom leg. And what it does, it stretches out the right leg as well. And open up the left hips, left glutes. This, you might poke your nose with your toe. And then unwinding everything. Dropping the bottom heel down, keeping that left ankle over that right knee. We're going to exhale, drop the legs over to the left side. Extend those arms out. Close those eyes. And move the bottom heel, top heel around until you feel that inguinal, that whole tightness of the psoas. Just release. Take that deep breath and just surrender. That's a very juicy pose. One of my very, very favorites. Yes. Oops. Inhaling back toward the center, interlacing those legs like a lady. You can scoot your hips over to the left. And then eventually exhale, drop the knees over to the right. Twisting. You can try to ground the left shoulder. Knees is off, but go ahead, twist. Do these little belly twists, help with the digestion. Close those eyes. Breathe across the heart space. Taking that time to breathe. And inhaling back toward the center. Unwinding, straightening up the spine, inhaling the knees into the heart. Coming into Upasana here, you can rock and roll left and right like a boiled egg. Give yourself a side massage. And grab the knees and being very gentle, rolling the knees in big circles. Breathing here. And then exhale, circle the opposite way. And then here, pull the knees in toward your heart. You're gonna squeeze your palms. You're gonna inhale, lift your face up to the fist and squeeze your face. Squeeze all the stress ball out. And then releasing, unwinding, sprawling your legs out, palms facing up. Relax the shoulders, getting ready for Shavasana. Take that deep breath. And here, if you want an extra blanket nearby, just go ahead, grab it. If you want a bolster underneath your knees or blocks underneath your knees, it's good to self-adjust and baby yourself. You want an eye pillow for your eyes, lavender eye pillows. Close those eyes. Let the eyeballs sink into the eye sockets. Releasing the belly. Breathe into the lungs as if they were part of the floor. Now surrendering everything. Not everything is perfect. It is as it is. Renewing every day, learning from our past, but learning every day with a clean slate, renewing our values, remembering our values, doing our best. Relaxing the throat, relaxing the shoulders. Allow your heart strings to relax. Let the heart drop. Let the belly button drop. Let all those visceral organs drop. Releasing the pelvic girdle. Just let the thighs get heavy. Relax the back of the knees. Relax the calves. And the heels get heavier. Letting the feet flop out. Breathe in as if you were knowing that you're breathing in. And then breathe out, knowing that you're breathing out. Become aware of the experience of breathing. And the more aware you are, the better connected with your breath. Observing any noise within the room. Let it float away like blue clouds. Observing all the noise outside the room. Let it float away like yellow clouds. Observing any thoughts within your mind. Let it float away like pink puffy clouds. integrating your entire practice on your mat. Integrating the subtle body energy into your life. Allowing yourself to surrender that does not serve you. What are the things that don't serve you? And then from here, wiggling your fingers, keeping your eyes closed, you can wiggle those toes. And shake your head left and right, just kind of waking up the body. Inhaling the knees in toward the heart. Or again, you rock left and right, massage the side bodies. Taking that time to wake that body back up. Just like a blossom. Eventually exhaling, rolling to your favorite side. You can pillow your face. Rest there. Take 2 deep breaths. Take that time. And then when you're ready, press back up into a seated position. Because time flies.